everybody, it's me Alysha Leigh and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about alt fragrances. So if you're interested in alt fragrances and not really sure where to start, I'm going to share with you the fragrances that I purchased and the ones that I recommend. So if you're interested, stay tuned. I just want to briefly say thank you so much for everybody that's been watching my videos, all the people that have subscribed to my channel. I know that we're a small channel, but I appreciate every single subscriber, every single like and comment. So thank you so much for everybody who's been rocking with your girl. I appreciate you. I do want to say I know that I have been gone for a couple weeks, and that's due to me traveling and as well as me being sick, but I am on the way to recovery and I'm going to be back better than ever. So stay tuned for regular uploads on this channel. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So as I mentioned, today's video is going to be all about alt fragrances. So if you're not sure exactly what alt fragrances is, this is a company based in Florida. Alt fragrances provides premier alternative fragrances to the overpriced luxury fragrances that we all want to have but maybe just not be able to afford, or we don't want to pay the price for it. They provide an alternative option for you. They believe that all customers should be able to experience the most luxurious fragrances regardless of your budget. So a lot of times when you want to buy fragrances from a niche brand, you'll be spending upwards of hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Whereas with alt fragrances, you can buy that fragrance for so much less. I have not seen so far, and I could be wrong, but I have not seen a fragrance on their website over $100. So that right there is like, I will say I was able to order my fragrances online. It was really simple. From what I can tell, their fragrances come in two different sizes, a 30 ml and a 60 ml, and I got mine within or less than a week, so that was great. I really was excited about that. So the packaging is this black and white box. It's really simple, nothing special about it. It just says alt on the front, and it has some information on the back. But it's a simple black box. Only thing that I will say that I didn't particularly care for about the packaging is that I wish that the packaging had the name of the fragrance that's in the box on the outside of the box somewhere. So when I got it, I had all 4 boxes out, but I just wasn't sure which fragrance was which until I opened them all. So to me, I just wish that the name was on the outside of the box. But other than that, I think the box is fine. It's nice, clean, and sleek. So I like that. Okay, so the first fragrance that I want to talk to you about is called Duchess, and it is in this bottle. I will post a photo right here of what it looks like because you can't really tell with the lighting in here. The lighting is terrible. I do apologize. I'm filming this at night. So this is Duchess by Alt Fragrances. This is supposed to be an alternative version to Parfums de Marly's Delina. Now Delina is very, very popular. It is a rose lychee fragrance, and this has a lot of the same DNA as Delina, but it is, like I said, it is different. It's not the same exact thing. Now I will say that this is the 60 ml bottle, and it was $59, whereas Delina comes in a 75 ml bottle, and that is $320. So right there you can tell, like, with Delina, it is any niche, but like that, for example, is an investment of your money. You may not be able to commit to spending $320, whereas with alt you can get a very, very close dupe, essentially a dupe of Delina for $60. Like, you can't beat that. I will say that my experience with Delina is an interesting one. I did smell Delina only once at I don't even remember what store I was, but I smelled Delina once and I did not like it, and I was just very underwhelmed for some reason. I'm not sure what it was, but I did not like it, and I was just like, I don't even like this. I feel like everybody is like, you have to have Delina, you have to have Delina, you have to have Delina, and I was just like, okay, let me see what the hype is about. And when I went to go smell Delina, I was just like, okay. So I was just kind of nervous about buying this because I felt like if I didn't like Delina, I wasn't going to like this. But I was pleasantly surprised because I actually really, really love this scent. I love rose. Like, that's one of my favorite notes in a fragrance, and this is definitely like rose, but you can also smell the lychee. They complement each other really well, and I'm sure it's not as long lasting in projection, and the projection isn't as strong as the Lena's, but I love this for what it is. So I'm going to go through the notes of this and as well as the Lena and just share some of the differences with you guys. So the notes for the Lena, on the top you have lychee, rhubarb, bergamot, and nutmeg. In the middle you have Turkish rose, peony, musk, pitalia, and vanilla. And in the base you have cashmere, cedar, Haitian vetiver, and incense. For Duchess by All Fragrances, you have on the top bergamot, nutmeg, rhubarb, and lychee, which is the same thing for Delina. In the middle you have Turkish rose, vetiver, incense, and cedar. Now that's kind of different. It is different. They switched some of the notes that were in the base and put them in the middle. And in the base you have vanilla, cashmere, and musk. So it's essentially almost the same thing. They removed some notes, like I remember, I think the Turkish rose, the peony, and the pitalia, but it's essentially exactly the same thing. And I think I prefer this to Delina, actually. I really like this. This is such a beautiful feminine scent. It's, like I said, it's rose and it's lychee, so it's like fruity and florally. So I would definitely recommend you check out Duchess by All Fragrances. So the second fragrance that I have from All Fragrances is Señorita number 17, and it looks like this. I will put a photo here so you can see better what it looks like. Now this is an alternative fragrance to Adventus for Her by Creed, and I will say that I did try Adventus for Her. I smelled it once in the store and I was just not blown away by it. I didn't really care for it either. It's the same thing as like the Lena story. Adventus for Her comes in about, I'm looking on the website, it comes in about 5 different sizes. The smallest size is a 30 ml bottle. Now this is Dolce by Dolce & Gabbana. This is a 30 ml bottle. This is not the shape of their bottle, but essentially is still the same amount of fluid. Now for a 30 ml of Adventus for Her by Creed, it is $280. So for essentially this amount of fluid, you'll be paying $280. Now if you want to spend $280, that's totally up to you. However, not what I want to spend for 30 milliliters. I'm glad with my $49. Okay, now I will say the next size up is 75 milliliters, which is a little bigger than this bottle. This is, like I said, the 60 ml. The 75 milliliters is $405. So that's just to show you, like, this is a real steal if you like niche brands and you don't want to pay that amount of money. If you want to just see if you like it before you all the way step into it and commit to it, I love All Fragrances for that opportunity. Now I did smell the original in the store at Bloomingdale's. It was citrusy and fresh. This is citrusy and fresh, but to me this is a little different. Like, I'm not sure about what it is that maybe they took out or added or whatever, but to me I prefer this one more, just like the Duchess versus Delina. So I'm going to break down the notes for this one and see exactly what is the difference and what I like more about this one versus the Creed one. Okay, so for the Adventus for Her, on the top notes you have green apple, bergamot, patchouli, lemon, pink pepper, and violet. In the middle you have musk, rose, sandalwood, and styrax. And in the base you have blackcurrant, peach, amber, ylang ylang, and lilac. Just looking at the notes, I'm not really seeing anything that I particularly would care for, so that's really interesting. So I want to see what exactly the All Fragrances breakdown is, and surprisingly it's quite similar as it would be. For Señorita, on the top you have green apple, violet, and pink pepper. In the middle you have rose, styrax, and sandalwood. And in the base you have peach, amber, and ylang ylang. So I can see that it essentially has all of the same notes in it as Creed, just missing some of the notes. And maybe that's why I like this one more, because maybe some of the notes together that were in the Creed I just didn't like together. But I like this a lot. I've worn this a lot, especially to church. I really like this. It's just really bright, refreshing. It's not really maybe it's because it's not as citrusy as the Creed Adventures for Her, but this to me is just like bright. It feels like a citrus, and looking at the notes, like maybe it's the brightness is from the green apple. It's definitely like giving me the green apple, the brightness that's in Versace Dylan Blue, because that has a green apple note in it as well. Getting a message. So that's something that I probably would say is kind of like standing out to me. But I really like this. This is a beautiful scent, and I would definitely recommend this, and I will be repurchasing this once I run out. But this is probably my second favorite that I purchased, and this is Señorita number 17. For my third purchase, I purchased an alternative version to Byredo's Mojave Ghost, which is the Desert Phantom. Now I will say this is my favorite one that I purchased. I love this fragrance. I've used it the most. I don't know, to me this smells like such a clean, it's such like a clean, like amberiness. It's just different. I really like it. It's not like clean like soap, but I don't know, it's just, I love this. Like, I don't really know how to explain it, but I really like this. Now this is also a 60 ml. All of the fragrances that I have from Alt Fragrances are 60 mls. This was $49. I thought, of course, that was a great price for the actual Byredo fragrance. They have a 50 ml, which is slightly smaller than this one, and the 50 ml is $190. I am thinking about actually purchasing the Byredo one to see if I like that one better. But I'm going to probably stick with this for now because, like I said, I actually really love this. I wear this a lot. I wear this everywhere. I wear it to the office, I wear it out, I wear it around the house. Like, this to me is just like such a great scent. The notes for this, on the top you have sapodilla and amberette. In the middle you have magnolia, violet, and sandalwood. And in the base you have ambergris and cedar. Now that is for Byredo's Mojave Ghost. In the Desert Phantom by Alt, you have in the top amberette and sapodilla, which is the same. In the middle you have magnolia, violet, and sandalwood, which is the same. And in the base you have cedar and ambergris. So I'm just wondering how different they would actually smell. I will say I have not smelled the Byredo one, so that is also another reason why I'm kind of curious in buying it, or at least trying to get somewhere to sample it. This, my top recommendation, hands down, I would say get Desert Phantom. The one thing I will say about Byredo's Mojave Ghost is that it is a unisex fragrance, so men and women can wear it. However, for Alt Fragrance, I only see this listed under the women's category, but I did see that men did review it, so I'm sure that some men are wearing it because Byredo's is unisex, so I would think that this could be unisex as well, even though Alt, from what I see, is only having it under the women's section. I definitely do think it leans feminine, but like I said, I'm sure a man could pull this off. A lot of people think this is a good summertime scent because of its like light freshness, airiness, But to me, like I said, I think I would wear this all the time. I love this. Like I said, this is my top recommendation for you to get is Desert Phantom, which is an alternative to Byredo's Mojave Ghost. So last but not least, I have Crystal number 23, which is a alternate version of MFK's or Mason French's Kirk DeJohn's Baccarat Rouge 540. Now, I have a rant for Baccarat Rouge 540 that I'm saving for another video because I've had quite the experience with that fragrance, and I just feel like I have an unpopular opinion that I want to share. Nonetheless, this smells great. I have smelled the original Baccarat Rouge 540. I did have actually a bottle of the MFK's Baccarat Rouge 540. I did return it. I no longer have it. So I will say that I do like it. However, I just don't like the fragrance anymore. And I don't know if it's because of the experience that I've had with the fragrance, or if it is, you know, me just genuinely not liking the fragrance. I'm going to give you a little snippet of my rant, but before I get into my mini rant, I'm going to talk about the pricing and the notes. For this 60 ml, this is $49 on the Alt Fragrance website. For the Baccarat Rouge 540 on MFK's website, for a 2.4 fluid ounce, which is this size bottle. This is a MFK fragrance, a different fragrance, but this is what the 2.4 fluid ounce looks like. That is 215 euros, which translates to $251 in US dollars. So for Baccarat Rouge 540, on the notes on the top, you have saffron and jasmine. In the middle, you have amberwood and ambergris. In the base, you have fried resin and cedar. So for the alt fragrance, you have on the top jasmine, saffron, and orange. In the middle, you have everlyn and ambroxan. And in the base, you have cedarwood, ambergris, and fair balsam. This one is different. They've added the orange on the top and switch the notes on the bottom as well. I'm not sure. Like I said, I like this, and maybe it's just not for me. I really wanted it to be for me, but maybe it's not. My thing with Baccarat Rouge 540 is when I got it, I was so excited for it. I couldn't wait to open it and wear it. I wanted to wear it to a wedding that I was going to, and I sprayed it, and no lie, it smelled like rubbing alcohol. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I just didn't understand why it smelled like that. I couldn't believe it. This is what it was supposed to smell like, and everybody just raved about how much it smelled. And I have the Burberry Her, and I know that people would say that Burberry Her is not the same, but it is a dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540, and I love Burberry Her, and I could understand to somewhat what they were what they meant, but for me it was kind of like I was just so disappointed, and I couldn't understand it. So I went and I returned it, and I was like, you know what, let me smell the sample. I'm gonna go into a separate video for that whole experience with Baccarat Rouge 540, so stay tuned for that video because I want to definitely express how I feel about that and share my experience with that. I would say, to me, this is the only one that I feel like I would not repurchase as of my experience with Baccarat Rouge 540. But I will say, like, if you are interested in Baccarat Rouge 540, like, I would say try this. Like, I don't see if there's anything wrong with trying it, and if you don't like it, of course you can return it. But like, for me, because of my own personal experience with Baccarat Rouge 540, this is probably something that I wouldn't repurchase. I might actually give this away to one of my friends, but this is not something that I think I would, like, I don't know. And it's unfortunate because I really like all these. I really wanted to like, especially Baccarat Rouge 540. So like, for me to just be like, nah, I'm really upset about it. So this is my final purchase from all fragrances, and this is crystal number 23. I wanted to talk about one thing that I particularly am really kind of concerned with, and I can only like explain it to you because I'm not sure if my camera will let you see, but on the you might be able to see, but it's like for some of them when I got them, I don't think the lids were closed tight enough or properly, and it's like product leaks out, and I don't know exactly where it's coming from. That can be it's a little annoying, but like, you know, I feel like that's something that they should like be more aware of. I'm not sure if that's just like not a regular thing. I don't know if it's the atomizer, if it's that it's not tight enough, screwed tight enough, but sometimes the product seems to be leaking, and that's, to me, is annoying. You don't want to just be wasting your product. So that's my only con, but it's like I said, it's not like a deal breaker because I'm sure I could replace it. I just didn't feel like it, and to me, I just wiped the bottle down. So, but for some people that are just like, I paid money for this and I don't want it to be leaking, you have every right to exchange it and get a different one. So that is my only con about my fragrances that I purchased from Alt. So guys, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I want to say thank you so much for joining me through my congestion and me not being well. I hope that I was able to push through it and you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And let me know in the comment section below if you tried all fragrances before, which ones have you tried and what do you recommend? And if you haven't tried all before and if you're interested, which ones are you interested in getting? I love to have a conversation with you down in the comment section below. I will have the website link below and the direct links to all the fragrances that I mentioned in this video as well. And while you're at it, make sure you hit the subscribe button to join the fragrance fam. Hit the notification bell so you're always notified whenever I drop a new video. And if you want to stay in touch with me, make sure you head over to my Instagram and follow me over there at _Alysha Leigh _. And don't forget to leave your video suggestions down below in the comment section as well. So guys, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. Make sure you check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye!